Hello and welcome to Full Potential Living Daily. This daily video is here to provide inspiration, motivation, and wisdom to help you be at your best every day, to crush your day, to make your biggest dreams become reality. I aim to help you step into power, purpose, and full potential every day. Because if you're going to live your full potential life, high performers out there, you have to do it as a habit every day. So why should you tune in to this video today? What is the purpose of it? What are you going to get out of it? Well, let me tell you guys, the topic today is something that stops all of us, every single one of us, from reaching our potential this day and age. The number one thing that is stopping you, no matter who you are, what level you're at in business or in life, in your own, how you feel about yourself, how happy you might be, how unhappy or how purposeful you might feel, this topic affects everyone. Why? Because this bad boy. Yep. Today, we're going to talk about the ratio that you have between pleasure and creation. Yes, pleasure versus creation. Today, I want to talk to you guys about the difference between those and what is your ratio. I want to ask you a couple questions to make you think. But first of all, what's going on? How you doing? Happy Mother's Day on Sunday. Hope you had a great Mother's Day. I personally was up in Colorado with my mother and happened to get her. I was in Netherlands, just above Boulder, Colorado. I was in the mountains. I just love the mountains. And I was up there and I'm also out of breath because I just did some push-ups, just did a run right when I got back to Austin, got back literally today. So good morning. Be at your best today. So I actually have this bracelet here. I got my mother a bracelet for Mother's Day. Aw. And I have this bracelet here, and it has the 7 chakras on it. It has the 7 chakras on it, and it has light and dark. So it's mastering light and dark, and it has all 7 chakras. They're all sacred stones. Pretty cool. You know, my weird spiritual side, I have that a little bit too. So just saying what's up to that side. Combination of athlete, business, spirituality, wealth, you know, these different things. Coach, podcaster might represent me, but this video is about you. This video is about you. I just wanted to tell you like where I came from, just boom, drop back into Austin. And so let's get back to this topic. I hope you had a good Mother's Day, and I hope you wished your mother, even if it's challenging sometimes, I know, even if being around family is hard, I hope you still gave from a place of love. You still stood up and spoke up for yourself. And if you didn't, now's the time to learn that and to do that moving forward. We all know family can be pretty challenging, but they also help us be the best we can be. If we choose that, that's what all challenges do. Family just happens to come with a lot more challenges than most of the people we run into, right? So, all right. That aside, it's a new week. It's freaking Tuesday, dude. It's Tuesday. Leaders, high performers out there. So let me ask you 2 questions to get this started. Let's see if I wrote this down right. Are most of your actions coming from pleasure or creation? To be honest, I was thinking about this as I was on a run today, and I just noticed this person just kind of sitting, slouching on their phone, you know, kind of sitting out there on Lady Bird Lake here in Austin, Texas. And I just thought, like, so many people are spending half, 60%, 70%, 80% of their time in pleasure. Pleasure in life, in different aspects, you know, whether it be, you know, not watching TV or watching YouTube videos when you know you have to work, right? Or whether it's going on certain apps and scrolling like Instagram, right? Like TikTok, like LinkedIn. No matter how high of a performer you are, I know you get caught into this because I even get caught into this every day, right? But it's not about life. And this goes back thousands of years back in the Upanishads, when they talked about how pleasure is a part of being a human. Experiences are a part of being human. It's not that we never want pleasure, but when you can start to tip the scale to creation rather more than pleasure, your life starts to change. Your week this week will start to change when you just focus on that. When you focus on, when am I acting out of pleasure? When am I acting out of creation? Because, right, the difference between pleasure and creation, it's not that we never want pleasure, because part of the human experience is pleasure, right? But what if that was 20% of the time, or 10, or 5, or 30, right? What if you could just tip the scale a little more so that percentage was smaller and smaller and smaller, and you just got what you need, but it was super potent when you were, enjoying life, right? Because pleasure is something that leads us, if I may remind you, pleasure is something that leads us to instant gratification, instant reward, right now, getting exactly what I want without putting in any effort or work or contribution to the world, right? Sometimes that's okay. But most of the time, we don't want to spend our time in pleasure. So look at your phone today. I got homework for you. How many hours are you on your phone? Just become aware of it, right? How many hours are you on Instagram? And what I want you to do is take that amount of hours per day, per week, whatever, and I want you to subtract at least 2 hours off each day this week. If it's 6 hours, do 4 hours. Put that into your practice this week, all right? Every day, 4 hours instead of 6. Set reminders on your phone, whatever you have to do, because pleasure is sucking the life out of your business. It's sucking the life out of your mission, your vision, your potential, right? It's sucking the life out of who you could be if you do it too much. So what is your pleasure versus creation ratio? Because let me talk to you about creation. You feel alive when you are creating. In the Bible, it even said that God, man is meant to create, right? Man is meant to create. Right? It says it in many different areas and we just know intuitively when we're creating, when we're contributing, when we're doing, when we're in mission mode, we feel better about ourselves afterwards, right? So again, remember, instant gratification with pleasure versus creation, right? So let me ask you another question. Are you feeling more often guilt, lack, shame, or inspired focus, drive, passion, and like you're on a mission? What are you feeling more often? Be honest with yourself, right? And this week, I want you to tip the scales. If it's 60-50, pleasure versus creation, I want you to flip that. If it's 70-30, I want you to get to even, right? Do an audit for yourself. And most of all, every moment this week, write it on a sticky note, paste it on your laptop, paste it somewhere you're going to see it every day. Just do it right now. Like grab your pen or set a notification on your phone to go off every day at 12 o'clock. Am I in pleasure or am I in pain? Do it right now. Pull out your phone. Let's go. Do it right now. 12 p.m. Am I in pleasure? Am I acting out of pleasure? Am I acting out of pain? Boom. Do that. All right. That's your action. Okay. Just the reminder, the awareness is really going to help you change. A lot of what happens for us, and when we get the right education, when we start to think the right way, we can start to implement and make the changes, right? So that's your practice today. And Do an audit, do an emotional audit, do an action audit, see what your schedule looks like, see what your emotions feel like most of the day, and write down every hour how you're feeling, right? But become aware, right? And tip that scale so your ratio is higher and higher and higher towards creation. Because when you create, it's not just something you're doing for yourself. It's something you're doing for the collective. So this Tuesday, this week, what are you doing to get into creation mode, flow? You know what the good part is? When you get past the resistance, you get into creation and you start to love it. You start to enjoy it because you get past resistance and you get into flow. So what deep work block are you going to assign this week to get done? The most important block done. And what are you going to do to get done your most important things done by one? Remember that, done by one. What are you going to create in your life this week and get it done by one? What 3 things are you going to get done by one every day this week? All right, every morning, wake up. I'm giving you guys tools today. Tools, use these, write them down, use them this week. What are you going to get done by one every day this week out of creation? Because why? Why would you want to do that? Well, creation leads to reward in the long term. Creation leads to value. What? Value creation for others. So some of you out there are like, yeah, I'm creating a lot. Okay, you do need to make sure you're resting, right? But make sure you're acting more out of creation than out of pleasure, right? How can you take it to the next level, right? Still recharge, still reset, but managing your energy is something different from pleasure, right? So keep that in mind, all right? Because creation does 3 things for us. It provides 3 things. One, when we're creating something that's authentic to us, that aligns with us, make sure you're doing that. If you're not, find a way to do that, even if it's outside of work. It has us feel like we're on a mission. Yes, a mission. When you get out of bed, you're like, oh, sometimes you might feel a little resistance, but you want to get to the work. I spent the whole weekend being like, I can't wait to get back to work, to dropping these videos for you guys. How you doing? What's going on? I'm sending you good vibes, sending you hello, good vibes, lots of love, lots of abundance, strong mindset this week. Oh, let's go. I'm sending you love. Guys, I hope you're finding your mission because we all deserve it. We all deserve it. All right, that's number 1. Make sure you subscribe as well. Give a thumbs up. Give a like button, please. A little like button. That would help us send this to more people, right? So if you're liking this, if you're getting the good energy, right? If you're about to crush your Tuesday, drop a comment. Say, I'm about to crush my Tuesday. Or just drop your done by ones below. What are my done by 1 o'clock today? What are those needle movers I'm going to do by 1 o'clock? Drop it in the chat right now, right? Drop it in the chat, all right? So back to it. Number 1 is mission. When you're creating, it puts you on a mission towards your potential. It puts you on a mission in the moment. It brings you into the present to put you on a mission towards something inspiring to you, not to other people, but to you. So get yourself into creation mode. Flow, we call that too, right? Number 2, when we're creating, we're coming from a place of purpose, because creativity is a purposeful act outside of ourselves. It's a purposeful act that goes beyond ourselves. We're creating not just for ourselves. And if you're shy out there, I need you to create things for other people. Please don't be selfish. I'm going to challenge you a little bit. I know some of you guys don't like that. Some of you love it. Some of you don't like it. All good. But I'm going to challenge you a little bit. If you've got a creative act, get it out there and share it, because it's selfish if you don't give your gift to the world. That's right. If you let your shyness, if you let your own insecurities and fears get in the way, you're depriving not just yourself, but the world of your gifts. Please don't be selfish and create this week. All right? Drop a comment what you're about to create this week. We're all in this room together. What's up? This time-space portal, right? Where you're listening to this at a different time and I'm in a different time, but we're all together through this portal. All right. So drop a comment below. Number 2, like I said, purpose. Creation gives you a sense of purpose, right? And it's a purpose beyond yourself, purpose, mission. And what's number 3? So many people talking out here about this word. So many people lately in personal development in the world and on social media. If you look up Zach Progob, the word is obsession. His company, his movement has been obsession. You know what my take on obsession? I'm going to do a whole episode on this. My take on obsession is it's just what people used to call passion. It's what, Steve Jobs used to call passion is what now people call obsession. Am I right? Think about it. That feeling of obsession is just something that you want to get back to the work. You're obsessed with it. We used to call that passion. Now we're just calling it obsession, right? But you get the point. I can even call that mission. I can call that purpose. Now, those have some other meanings in there too, but they have that feeling in there. All that feeling is the same in all 3 of these, where we're all talking about the same feeling, whatever you want to call it, whether it's obsession or passion. Get into that mode. But people are so obsessed with the word obsession. Don't balance yourself. You're just talking about passion, my man. That's what you're talking about. You're passionate about particular things and you're all in on it. It's kind of like passion plus massive action is obsession. Passion plus massive action is obsession, right? So obsession really comes from passion and massive action together. Bam. Just thought of that on the spot. But I had all this grouped together in my notes here. So getting back to the point, the ratio. Let me ask you one final question. Are you coming from this, let me ask it again here. Are you coming from this feeling of guilt, lack, shame more often this in the last week? Or are you coming more from inspired focus, drive, passion, like you're on a mission? Because why? You're here for a reason. In your business, you're an entrepreneur creating your dream because the world was meant to get the value from your dream. You are here for a reason. Are you not? You're watching this video today for a reason. You're listening to it for a reason. Drop a comment, drop a like, subscribe, by the way. But you're here for a reason, my friend. You're here on a mission. Just wake up to the fact that that is your reality. Hand up if you feel that. Hand up if you feel that. If not, that's okay too. But feel into that, all right? Try to find a little bit more of that if you don't feel it. If you do, keep the hand up. And promise yourself this week that you will act more out of inspired focus, flow, passion, like you're on a mission, rather than guilt, lack, shame. Because it all comes back to your actions. Are you acting out of pleasure or are you acting out of creation? This Tuesday, I want you to act out of. Do 3 things today. Today, I'm holding you accountable. This is your accountability check from Coach Ferguson. Do 3 things. Put them in your time block right now. Even if they're 5 minutes or they're 3 hours or 6, don't care. Time doesn't matter. Do 3 things for me and for you. This is your accountability check that are going to get you into creation mode, whether you schedule a time block on Wednesday, Friday, whatever day, or whether you do 3 things today, act on those 3 things, or whether you schedule those and you follow through, like one of our past videos. I want you to commit 100%, like another one of our videos, not 99, 100% to those 3 things this week. Let's go. Because that's what full potential is about, guys. We've got to move into the season of obsession, mission, purpose, passion. We've got to move into the season of creation right now. And Save the pleasure for later. That's going to do it for this episode today, guys. Loved connecting with you guys. If you enjoyed this, again, put up a like, drop a comment below what resonated the most for you. What touched you? What are you going to act on out of passion, purpose, obsession this week? Right? What insight did you grab onto that's going to help you? Drop it in the comments. Share it. This is a community. Thousands of us, millions of us in different time, space, realities are connecting at the same time right now through this video. All right? So high performers, executives, entrepreneurs, people that just want to live your full potential. Drop a comment, like, subscribe. All right? Love you guys. And remember, I'll see you here tomorrow. But remember, do not settle. Full potential or nothing every day. Let's go. Peace.